Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Rice Owls offense is on the field for the first time today. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these...
Turning it on! And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Anderson will throw. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover to pick up the first. The Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. And the Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Cortez. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of work to do here on second and long.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. It doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It is good! And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
Here he comes from his own end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders...
Breaks into the open.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-3. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Anderson wants to throw. They've got the screen set up. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Runs through the tackle. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. A strike downfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Rushes on him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Gets it out fast. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period, first down here. They'll go to the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Using his legs, it's Parker. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And they have converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That brings him to within 1.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Going to the running game.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's high. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on first down. They They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now on second down. Right back to him on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Quickly to the tight end. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Let's see what they've got on second down. Motion from the back. Second down, he'll throw it. Finding open areas. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
Flips it out to the back. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Houston. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone coverage.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Anderson will throw. Catch in the middle, it's Cortez. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Rice rushes to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Watts. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Back to pass on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. He's got an open man. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Snagged in the middle. It's Parker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
To the ground with the back. Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Owls!
And that's a touchdown this offense absolutely had to have to keep it to a one-possession game before going in at halftime. That touchdown is going to do wonders for this team's confidence.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the middle. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. He's got the first down. Mark it at the 15 as they try to put up points before the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Anderson wants to throw. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Rice.
And it's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop to limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy that incredibly historic town. What a fun time to be in Boston, and what a fun first half we've had in the Fenway Bowl. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see two offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the fellas for the conclusion of the Fenway Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Wants to throw on first down. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's high. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long, ball's at the 25. Gets the back moving. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Sends it back in motion. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to fire on second down. Trying to bowl his way out. Snags it with the sticky fingers and strolls in with the sweet feet for the touchdown. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They'll make the big play, get the touchdown.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by one. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. He'll keep it himself. There he goes! And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He did not make it. A stone wall on third down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive at their own 48. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback making checks. Motion from the back. To the air on second down. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's third down. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on third. Got his man quickly. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Anderson will throw. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. It's Cortez. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Watts. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Rice hoping to cash one in from the red zone.
42 Spider.
Quarterback on the keeper. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. And this is a significant moment for this offense. Down 8, 1st and goal, needing a touchdown and he takes it in for a score. Touchdown Owls!
Got to give this team credit, guys, because good teams find ways to win games. I know they were their favorite coming into this one, but they get the touchdown when they need it. You got to convert the 2-point play to tie this thing up. There's still time left at the end of this game, but you feel like the momentum is now back on their side.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets it to the back. Still on his feet at the 35. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Gets the back moving. To the air on 1st down. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Finds a tight end. Turning it on! The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Sends it back in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Dumps it off in the flats. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this is the only time as a coach I'm going and talking to a kicker, okay? I'm picking his brain. Apparently he might like it on the left hash because they run the ball to the left. Like, where do you want it to kick this game winner? Like, we're sizing this thing up. A field goal wins it. I need to know what your tendency is.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout by the offense.
So they'll send out the field goal unit.
Number 13 on the field goal.
And it's good. The short field goal for the game. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.